All right, hello everyone. I thought I would take a moment here to kind of talk through how we might export requirements from Word directly into MKS requirements. And I've got a couple of documents here, some Kingland documents that Jeff had sent me. I'm going to open one of them here, take a look at what's in the document. Pretty much standard stuff, great table of contents, great organization, and you know, those types of things make imports go a lot smoother. My recommendation is based upon the documents that you have. You probably don't want to pull in the table of contents, and by default that's indeed what's going to happen, is you're going to get that table of contents. So in this case, what I'm going to do is actually, rather than importing the entire document, what I'm going to do is I'll select those portions of the document that I'm most interested in, and I will avoid pulling in the talk. Anyway, just doing some reformatting here. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'll just grab, in this case, the first area, and I'll not pull in the appendix. Okay, just did a shift select, or you can do a select and then just scroll and it will grab things. The add-on in Office 2011 is by default added on to the end of the standard menu. It's a little bit unintuitive in 2007. It actually looks much better in 2003, but the ribbons in the new Office are just a little awkward. I've never found them to be that intuitive. So what we have the opportunity of doing is either exporting the entire active document, the selection of the document, or I can actually pull in multiple external documents. What I'm going to do is export selection, and in this case it's going to prompt me for my credentials. And once I get authenticated, it's going to bring me to the next portion of the wizard process to do the document import. Okay, so there's three pieces of information that for this template that we can use, and there's a number of different templates that I won't get into as a part of this video, but what I'm going to do is specify whether it's a functional or non-functional, and the intent is we're doing a bulk import. We're specifying the bulk use case. I'm going to specify, in this case, the project is Indy, and this is going to be the portal upgrade requirements. Spelling is important. Okay, and then I'm going to click next, and Integrity is going to automatically do a trial run, and in that trial run it's going to show us exactly what's in the document, and it gives you a pretty good idea of what you're importing and what it might look like. Okay, and like I said, this document's formatted fairly well, and that's going to make it a lot cleaner to come in. It does take a while for, at least for this document, because it's creating quite a bit of integrity items, but of course your performance will vary depending on the performance of the back-end application server, and in this case I'm running against staging, and staging is quite a bit slower than the Kingland production system. In fact, you may have seen over here on the left it actually created that requirement document. But not only did it create the requirement document, but it's actually parsing through the document, creating all the requirements, including headings and actual requirement content. And like I said, it does take a little bit of time. I would say it takes about 45 seconds to complete the entire process, and I've run through this several times and getting a pretty consistent read on a little under a minute. And if it runs into problems, it will tell you, as it does. Unfortunately, not all the errors, or the error conditions, if you will, propagate cleanly through the user interface such that you can go in and either adjust your document or exclude a section. There are times that you have to actually go into the import log, which is stored on the client side, so on your host, your Windows host. You don't have to go into the server log or anything like that, but not quite as convenient if they could propagate all the error messages and error conditions up through the user interface here, and then we can adjust and do it again. But in most cases, it's going to go ahead and work. In this case, since I've done this document several times, I know that it does. When I said 45 seconds, I think I was alluding to metric seconds, not imperial seconds. It is taking a little bit longer this run. But considering the amount of content, man, it just really shortcuts the entire process and does a lot of the heavy lifting, the bulk lifting for you. And here we go. So what it in essence is showing us now is very similar to that trial run, but now what it's showing us is all the areas that were successful. If there were a problem with the section, the little graphic and the node would indicate that have a little X, red X through it, indicating that that portion of the document had a problem. From here we can click close, and now what I can do is come over to the Integrity client. I'll refresh the view to grab the new requirements document. And again, I'm running over VPN, so things aren't always quite as quick over VPN, but pretty thrifty nonetheless. And as you would expect, here is the document. I will scroll to the top of the document. And we can see here that it's actually pulled in as you would expect. Those sections of the document, they're all listed as non-functional. But the idea here is if I've actually got a functional requirement, I have the ability of doing a quick view here and making an adjustment saying this is a functional requirement. Save those changes, and it really makes the process really straightforward. Really. Anyway, so that's the quick overview. Fairly straightforward, like I said. What I might also do is show you how you can pull in just sections of documents or an entire document. But like I said, most of your requirements documents, since they have table of contents, you don't want those things. But we do have the ability of deleting those things. So if you want to pull in documents in bulk, we can then delete the table of contents afterwards. Anyway, appreciate your time. Take care.